can't find nothing on the radio.
You ready, Steve?
Welcome to Songology. He's Bruce.
He's Richard.
And this is another episode from our Song of the Day archives.
Enjoy.
Welcome back, Bruce. What do we have on for today?
I think somewhat predictably, since we're talking about telephones, most people could predict that at some point you would have a visit from Jim Croce and his great song Operator.
All right.
Does that ring any bells?
Yep.
Yeah. You remember Jim?
Well, yes.
Jim actually learned, before he learned to play the guitar, he learned to play the accordion. Strangely enough, and took his time about getting into music. Kind of an interesting guy. Before Jim really got into music, he was actually a special ed teacher in Pennsylvania, and he would play music in the classroom as a teaching aid, sort of settle the kids down or to teach them something. If they didn't seem to be getting it, he would try it with music. And the school board told him not to do that, and he refused, and he eventually got fired over it.
Oh.
But we were fortunate, I suppose, because that made him apply himself more to his music. The other thing that he did, apparently, was that he spent some time working in construction, and there was an accident with a sledgehammer that hurt his hand. And so the rumors are that his unique picking style for his guitar comes from the fact that he had a hand injury.
Oh,
But
right.
Very talented fellow. It is said that he had a live repertoire. He could play you any one of 3,000 songs. Not all his, obviously.
Yes.
But he had a lot of music at his disposal. Now, the song, Operator, is actually one of his wife Ingrid's favorite songs. They had gotten married quite young, and Jim was doing his national service in the National Guard. He was really not good at the Army thing. I mean, this was back in the days of Vietnam and all that.
Yep.
Jim was not a good soldier, and Ingrid reports that Jim was one of the few people who flunked basic training and had to do it again.
Oh.
Largely because he found humor in basically everything.
Yeah.
And so it was a distraction for the other soldiers. And also, he really wasn't very good at a lot of stuff. So it just really didn't work out.
Yeah, I imagine training sergeants don't take kindly to someone laughing at them.
No, but during his time with the National Guard, he was stationed away from Ingrid. And in this particular situation, he spent some time at a National Guard base in one of the Carolinas, north or south. So he was quite some distance from home. There was one payphone that was outside the base across the road. And there was a perpetual lineup of these National Guard soldiers there, each of them getting about a 3-minute phone call to phone home.
Right.
And so Jim would go out and join the line when he wanted to talk to Ingrid because he was missing her, and he was also missing the really good food and all the things that there were at home.
Yeah.
But she said that he reported to her that he was getting all sorts of song ideas from just standing in this line listening to these guys.
Yeah.
He says, I feel really bad because I want to sometimes pull out a pad of paper and jot down some notes or something because you hear all the most amazing stories, including a lot of sort of Dear John heartbreak sort of things, which is where the song Operator comes from.
Huh.
Really? Because, I mean, you know the song, right? I mean, it's about a guy who is phoning his former girlfriend who is, as he says, living in L.A. with my best old ex-friend Ray.
Uh-huh.
So they've run off and so forth. And then he has trouble. He phones the operator back again because he can't quite get the number correct. And then in the end, I always love the end of this song because he says, hey, operator, let's forget about this call. There's no one there I really wanted to talk to. But the last line in Operator is he says to the operator, you can keep the dime. Now, in 2000, there's a guitar company called the Martin Guitar Company. They made 73 guitars in honor of Jim Croce, and in each of them, an uncirculated 1973 dime was inserted in the 3rd fret fingerboard. And that line, you can keep the dime.
Yeah. Neat.
So, so kind of an interesting little thing. Ingrid reports that having the last name Croce, if she's ever in a context where she ends up talking to an operator, inevitably it comes up.
Uh-huh.
Are you any relation to Jim Croce? Yeah, well, yeah, actually, he was my
yeah.
husband, kind of thing. And then the operators get all excited, and if they're in somewhere where there's several of them, they immediately start chattering away about how much they love the song. So this was his second single from what had been his breakthrough record. A third single came out at the Time in the Bottle. Single came after this one, and after he died, because Jim Croce tragically died in a plane crash. He had been at a show in Louisiana, and they chartered a plane to fly to Texas to the next gig. No one is really quite sure what happened, because it's not like Buddy Holly where the weather conditions were terrible. The weather conditions in Jim Croce's case were perfect, but the plane clipped the top of a tree and crashed, and 5 people, including Jim, were killed.
Oh.
So, and he was only 30.
Well,
think of the music that we would have got from Jim Croce.
He had so much there in such a short time.
Absolutely. So time to spend a little vintage time, because, okay, who talks to operators anymore? Here's Jim Croce.
And as usual, I have to stop her right there due to the wonderful world of fair use rules. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. You can visit us on Facebook or head over to our website, songology.ca. Now, here's your chance to listen to the music or go on to the next episode.